Good morning, homegirls. It's your girl Aniyah, and I am back with another video. I went from literally having 0 job offers, 0 callbacks, 0 interviews. Literally, it was rejection after rejection after rejection, to now I have 3 job offers in health information management that I am now trying to decide between. And how did I get to that space? How did I get to this space where I now have 3 offers? Well, number one, God. Thank you, Jesus, for giving me the opportunities that you have given to me. I am so appreciative. The second thing, not for 2, the second thing, I have had to make so many changes within myself in order to get to this space. You all have no idea. How did I get here? I'm about to let you all know in this video right now. First, before we talk about anything, let's talk about the fact that I have always struggled with discipline. I have lacked discipline my entire life, okay? And I'm not afraid to say that. I'm literally not ashamed to say that. This is probably just going to be an Aniyah roast session, but it's okay because I really need it. I had to come to terms with the fact that I lack discipline. I want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to do it. I want a soft life. I just want to be able to go at my own pace and not have to be listening to what anybody else tells me to do, going on break when somebody else tells me to go on break. Yeah, I really do not like the strict rules. Oh, you have to be here at this time. No. So I lack discipline. I always have, even as a kid. Like, everything just came kind of easy to me. So like in high school, getting good grades was like second nature. Like, I would get A's and B's easily. I couldn't even tell you most of the time what we learned about. I mean, people would look at my report card and they would be like, oh, look at you. In the back of my head, I'm like, I don't even know what we did. I don't know what I did. I don't know what happened. I mean, I just kind of did it. Didn't have to put much effort into school in order to do good in school. So I think that after high school, I thought that everything would just be that easy. And after high school, none of it was that easy. And because I never was forced to learn this intense discipline in high school, whenever I went to college, it was a little strange to me that I had to actually like put in work to do things, especially because in college I was taking all these hard classes and I'm like, whoa, what's going on? You know, what's happening? So it just was something that I was not used to at all. And I have always been a very ambitious person, right? I've always had big dreams, like super big dreams. I've always been a dreamer, but sometimes I feel like people mistake a lack of discipline for like laziness. Like, they think because a person isn't disciplined that they're lazy, but that is totally 100% not true. It just means that you have trouble obeying rules and you have trouble following strict schedules. And a lot of people who lack discipline don't stick to things. Whenever you lack the discipline to maintain that thing over time, then you just kind of do it up until a certain point and you're like, oh, whatever, and then you just toss it to the side. That is a common thing that people who lack discipline do. It's kind of like working out. If you lack discipline, yeah, you're probably going to work out for like 3 days or maybe 2 weeks, and then after that you'll be like, all right, I'm good. You know, I'm good. Only the super disciplined people have that mentality to where they will continue to go for months, years. And I think just now at 24, I'm coming to terms with the fact that this is something that I need to fix about myself. And this year has been very trying for me. Friends, this year has been very trying for me. In this time where God has been working on me and he's been showing me all the things that need to be fixed about myself, I've realized that discipline is one of the things that I lack. And I hear God saying to me, the reason why things are not working out for you the way that you want them to or the way that you think they should is because you lack the discipline to maintain the dream. You lack the discipline to maintain the thing that you're going for. So why would I give you this thing if I know that you don't have the discipline in order to maintain it long term? That is what I have been hearing God say to me in these past few months. Obviously, it takes a lot of work to have a dream, and it takes a lot of work just to chase the dream, but also to maintain the dream. What you do after you get there also takes a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of discipline. And why would God give you something that he knows that you can't handle? Why would he give you something that he knows that you're not mentally prepared for? You know? So is that not like, I've just been mind blown for this past, I'd say 3 months or so, because I've just really been thinking about the things that have happened in my life, and everything roots back to me not having any discipline. In these past few months, I've been actively trying to fix that, actively trying to change my behaviors, actively trying to put in more efforts in things, and my job searching is one of them. You know, I used to just think, oh yeah, because I all I have to do is just go get these degrees, and then I should just throw this resume out there and they should all just come and eat it up. You know, they should all just hire me just because I have all this education, and that is 100% just not true at all. And I realized, Aniyah, if you really want a career in this field, you are going to have to work. You are going to have to show God that this is really what you want and that you're willing to work for it. So I have been working so hard. I've been working my butt off. I've been working on my resume. I literally went to go see a career specialist on base. I have been tweaking things. I've been looking up tips, looking up the best words to use, looking up jobs in my field and trying to figure out what skill set that I need in order to get to this certain point. Literally, I've been working so hard. I'm even working on getting more certifications in this field. I'm making a plan so that I can become more specialized. It hasn't even been like a few months where I've picked up the pace, and already I am seeing so many new offers. I already have 3 offers. I got an interview for one job that I turned the interview down. It was somewhere else, and we're not gonna move there anymore. I got an interview for here for an administrator position. I actually turned that interview down as well because it was in home health, and I really just I don't see myself working in the home health space anymore personally. I feel like most of my experience has been in home health, and although there is something very humbling about home health, I just don't feel like that's where I want to build my career. So I turned that interview down. So I've had 3 interviews that I've turned down. I've had 3 job offers right now that are open for me currently. I have to figure out which one I'm gonna do. And then I had another interview yesterday where I just found out that they are offering me the job as well. So God has really turned things around for me. He has really showed me what can happen, what I'm capable of if I actually give effort outside of just the bare minimum. I don't know who needs to hear this. I don't know who this message is for, but your lack of discipline is holding you back, homegirl. Your lack of discipline is holding you back. Discipline is one of the highest forms of self-love that we can show. Nothing hurts more than the promises you make to yourself and break. And although it may feel like breaking those little promises to yourself isn't having that big of an impact on you in the moment, over time, it does start to have more and more of an impact on your mood and how you see yourself. So that's the thing. It may feel small. It may feel small in the moment, but over time you will start to feel those broken promises that you made to yourself. And you're not breaking any promises to your job. Whenever your job tells you to be there at 5 o'clock, you're there at 5 o'clock. So if you tell yourself you're going to go to the gym every day at 6 p.m., you need to be at that gym every day at 6 p.m. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't prioritize your job or prioritize your career. It's just you should prioritize your goals, your personal goals, on the same level as you do your career goals. So believe me when I say I have a long track record of not keeping promises to myself. And over time, that has really impacted my mental. And I like to say that I'm a very confident person, right? But over time, as those broken promises to myself kind of started to build up and build up and build up, I noticed that my confidence level started to go down. And what happened as a result of that? As a result of that, I started looking for confidence in other places. And honestly, I didn't know if I was even going to go here in this video, but looking for confidence in other places included me putting a lot of weight on my husband. So putting a lot of weight on Rico, expecting him to fill that void of confidence that I had within myself. But the problem was, the void was not a void that came from him. The void came from me. The void came from my lack of discipline. The void came from my inability to keep promises to myself. So how am I going to expect him to fill a void that I made? And so then that became really strange for him, because it's like, you've never required this before. So why now all of a sudden you need all of this being poured back into you? Which I don't want to make it seem like he doesn't want to do it, because he does his best. But also too, he just wasn't used to seeing me that way, because I always had been such a super confident person, especially in college. Coming from high school going to college, I was always super confident in who I was, what I was gonna do, what I was going for. And over time, as I kept breaking those promises to myself, that confidence got knocked down little by little every single day. And I can't expect Rico to fill that void for me. I have to fill that void. Rico is a very, very disciplined person. So I think also me seeing how disciplined he was made me want to operate in that space. But I just couldn't, at the time, I just couldn't put my finger on what it was that I needed to do in order to get myself out of it, in order to get myself out of that funk. Now that God has been revealing all of these things about myself to me that I need to work on, everything has just become so much more clear. And also too, I would put in a minimal amount of effort but expect a big return on my minimal amount of effort. And when I didn't get that big return, I would feel so bad and feel so down. And I'm not the type of person to just call anybody and start complaining and, you know, talk about my feelings. I don't really do too much of that. I am very emotionally aware, don't get me wrong. I communicate my feelings well, especially with Rico. But whenever there's something going on with me internally, typically I keep it here and I just figure it out within myself what's going on. So whenever I was feeling all these feelings of why is this not working? Why is this not working? What is going on? Not even realizing, Aniyah, you literally didn't even put that much effort or work into it. Like, what do you mean, why is it not working? You can't tell. You can't tell why it's not working. But in the moment, I couldn't tell why it wasn't working. Why nothing really worked out the way that I wanted it to, or the way that I expected it to. And now I'm thinking all these negative things. And mind you, my confidence was already taking hits. So then at that point, it was really lowering because I was thinking so many negative things. If I would have just been able to compartmentalize the fact that Aniyah, you need discipline, you need to get up, you need to actually put in work behind those big dreams that you have. If I would have been able to compartmentalize that, then maybe I could have spent less time thinking negatively about myself and my process and my journey, and I could have channeled that energy into actually putting in work behind the things that I was going for. And like I said, I told y'all this was gonna sound like a big roast session, but it really is just my testimony in this moment. I do feel like I am actively working through this, and it's going to take longer than a month or, you know, a couple of weeks to get through it. But now that it's clicked for me, now I can actively start working on myself and put myself in a better position. Sorry, it was like something in the air, I don't know what that was. And put myself in a better position to succeed. And whenever that clicked for me, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to talk about this. And even though it's only been a few months, I already can tell the difference in just the little things that I have been doing. And it's just like, this was it. This was the key the whole time. I'm so thankful that God revealed that to me, because like I said, it was so hard for me to see it. It was so hard for me to understand it back then. And maybe, I don't know, maybe it just wasn't time for it to be revealed then. But now it's so clear. It's weird. It's like so clear. So now I'm going into this space with the 3 job offers that I received, and I think that I know which one I want to take. I will do a separate video talking about the 3 different offers that I received, what the job duties are for those offers, and I will reveal how I prep my resume to put myself in the best space to be able to succeed in those job applications. So stay tuned for that. Hopefully you all join this video. Hopefully you all gain some value from this video. Hopefully hearing my testimony will touch somebody else. And of course, if you like this video, then go ahead and give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, then leave me a comment down below and look around on my channel, and if you like what you see, then go ahead and subscribe. Okay, I will talk to y'all in the next video. XOXO. Aniyah.
Coughing up the mess, drop it in the water, let the daughter find an image with the rest. She'll be learning how to breathe, spinning through identity, reveal another pretty little scheme. Save her mind, hold her hand.